Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Symphony. Symphony Entertainment Gaming and Arts is a gaming company that focuses on horror systems, indie games, organic content, and player agency to bring a symphonic approach to horror role-playing. I am your host, Keeper Mav, and this afternoon we are playing Sutra of Pale Leaves, scenario Fanfic, for Call of Cthulhu 7e. One quick announcement, Symphony Entertainment has a Patreon. If you like this content and would like to help us create more, please back the Symphony on Patreon. You can check that out at patreon.com/symphonyentertainment. Content warnings have been discussed with the cast and the crew. The X card is in play. X's can be sent via private message. No judgment passed. No questions asked. We will also be using the green, yellow, red traffic light method, which can be called by any cast member at any time. So without further ado, let's unveil the cast. Cast members, please introduce yourselves, tell us where people can find you, and some of the things that you do. Starting off with...
Hello, everybody. My name is Bucho. I am the production daddy for Symphony Entertainment. You can find many of my exploits and my works at linktree.com at Bucho Rodenberger. You can also find 3 of my published short story collections up on Amazon. If you like surrealist dystopian horror, that's where you want to go.
And next up...
Hi, everybody. I'm Doc. I am your resident science professor and Peter DeLuise impersonator, per the pre-game chat. I check out the stuff I'd write for Misconnect Repository on my Linktree, linktree.com/DocBones, and check out Sanguine Arch, an ongoing campaign here on Symphony. Check that out as well, because if you don't, I'm going to be a sad panda.
Can't have that, Peter. All right, and next up...
Ohayu gozaimasu. I'm Tomboi LaCroix. I also have a link tree that's going to be tomboy.lacroix. That's Tomboy with an I. I have an upcoming scenario, The Last Stop for Cthulhu Dark. And I'm excited to be here.
Happy to have you. And last but not least...
Good evening. I'm Terry Clark. I'm your licensed marriage and family therapist who's getting insane in this game. Otherwise, you can catch me at my podcast, which is Untying Knots, Minds and Souls Untethered. Otherwise, you can also catch me over on the Old Ways Network playing Silver Screams, which at this point, by the time you're listening to it, it's probably finished, playing Kingston Biko Garvey. Also over at Apochromatic Unlimited as the game master for Reunion of Threads.
Fantastic. And as I mentioned in the intro, I am your keeper this evening, Keeper Mav. My pronouns are they, them. You can find me also on The Old Ways as the head of Mythos Horror, where I run a bunch of Call of Cthulhu, Trail of Cthulhu, Cthulhu Dark, and all things delightfully tentacly. I am currently running Silver Screams. I'm not sure where we'll be in the release point by the time this episode comes out, but regardless of where it is, go check it out. Perry's in that. That's the 1930s Trail of Cthulhu campaign set in Hollywood. You can also find me on Ain't Slayed Nobody with Bridget in the Down Darker Trails campaign, Bleaker Trails, which just wrapped up, end of an era. A little bit sad to say. And you can find me on the Miskatonic Playhouse, How We Roll, and a few other places as well. And you can find my scenarios on Drive-Thru RPG, including the gold bestseller Saturday the 14th. And I may or may not have a new scenario out by the time this episode comes out. If it is, look out for The Man Who Sold the World, a 1970s glam rock scenario. All right. So let's get into some shenanigans here. Very, very interesting shenanigans. When we last left our intrepid investigators, Trent was recovering in the hospital from a very deadly, almost, encounter with the Alabaster Archfiend at Club Panic. And Takahashi-san had gone back to his office to do work, resumed his life as a salaryman. Jabari was working on his comics. And Sam had gone to a very interesting meeting with a politician and art critic, Matsushima Nobuo, who had a very interesting meeting with her over some tea and gave her invitation cards to an exclusive party on New Year's Eve, which is only open to those who've read The Tale of Pale Leaves, but he's extending his own personal invitation. I'm sure there's nothing worrisome in that whatsoever. But I would like to look in on each of our characters in the days leading up to the party. We do have a few days before the events kick off, and so I'd like to see what you're up to. And we'll start off with Jabari. So, Jabari, classes have resumed for you.
Yes.
So, you are working hard, but you've had your mind and your curiosity taken over by this new comic that you've been working on. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that comic?
So this is the adventures road of the Sapphire Monk. Sorry, Sunflower Monk. And it was inspired after our events with the meeting the monk and the Dreamlands. And this journey is of about a monk who is known as the Sunflower Monk, who journeys across Japan and part of the world, spreading their beliefs and faith, but also combating things of the spiritual realm that are breaking through in each of those locations.
So one night, say it's the 29th, so a couple nights before the party that you're going to go to, you are hard at work in your room. The family, your host family, has either gone to bed or is doing their own work. No one's bothered you. They've left you to your own devices. They know how you get when you're working, and they frankly encourage it. The hard working and the focus on your art is very important. And you are drawing a particular panel, and the Sunflower Monk has returned to Japan at this point for a meeting with someone. You don't know who yet. You just know instinctively that he has to come back to Japan for this meeting. And you're drawing out his robes, the hat that he wears. He's walking across a plain, this field, and the field is full of poppies. And as he walks through the poppies, you kind of go into this sort of hyper focus. The world around you dies away. You don't hear the sound of doors sliding shut behind you as the family moves about their business. You don't hear the rain outside. It's a rainy night. You don't feel the hard chair beneath you or even the pen in your hand, just how intently focused you are on this monk and his journey through this poppy field. And you draw. But you don't even feel yourself drawing. It's almost like you're picturing everything in your mind's eye. And you can see a mountain in the distance. You don't know what that mountain is. It doesn't look like a mountain that you've seen in the topography of Japan. But it's important that the monk gets there to meet with someone. And your hand is flying across the page, and you can see, truly see, these images coming to life around you. You're walking through the field yourself with your brush, drawing the detail on each poppy. You turn and you draw a line across the monk's robe to signify the movement in the wind. You reach into the distance, make just the hint of a shadow across that mountaintop. You can feel yourself moving in this space as these images come to life around you. And the monk walks forward, and you stop because you need to get the back of his hat just right. You've never done this kind of shading before, but you know instinctively how to do it. You saw it somewhere. You don't remember where. But you know this is the right hatching you need to do. And you're working on him as he moves. You're following him and drawing him. Does he come first? Or does your drawing come first? You don't know. But you feel this energy moving through you. And then the monk stops. And you draw his arm outstretched. And his head turns without you moving to draw him. And he's looking at you. You feel it, even though you can't see his eyes because he's wearing that hat, right? That mostly covers his face. That's part of the aura, the intrigue of the Sunflower Monk is we never fully see his face, just his chin and part of his mouth. And he turns and he looks at you. And he nods. And he points towards the mountain.
I'll turn and look towards the mountain, following and looking towards where he's pointing.
Mm-hmm. You look towards the mountain and you see it's got this soft kind of golden color to it, starting at the top, working its way down. You didn't draw that, but it's becoming golden. And the color is sort of seeping into the ink. And you look down at your hand and you realize your hand is drawn. You look down at your body. You're drawn in your own style into this comic.
How is this possible?
And then you hear the monk say, "Reality is what we make it, Jabari. You have the power to make anything. Look at the beautiful work that you've done around you. The light, the shading, the line work." He holds out his hands, and you can see you've detailed these hands in the comics that you've been working on so far. You know every little inch of them, every little line, every shadow. You drew me. You drew all of this. Your imagination is powerful, and it's a beautiful thing, Jabari.
Thank you. But how did I drew myself into this? It'd be anachronistic.
He chuckles. Sometimes we remake things, and they go a little awry. I'm sure that's happened to you in a drawing before, where you've started making something one direction, and it turned out somewhere completely different. You draw yourself well. He chuckles.
Thank you. I have no idea where this is all going, but I'm certain we'll get there together.
You can feel the warmth emanating off the monk. This almost like he's pleased. You can see the smile beneath the hat. Yes, together. Keep drawing, Jabari, and don't stop. Your work deserves to be seen. You can change the world with your outlook on life. And I think that's something special.
Thank you, Master.
And the monk turns back towards the mountain, and it's just shadow now. That golden color has seeped into the page and has been replaced with hatches and shadow work. And you blink, and you're sitting at your desk, and these pages are spread out in front of you with the monk walking towards the mountain. Your pen is in your hand, your very real physical hand.
Wow. I think that might be enough for tonight. Oh, what time is it? I got a class tomorrow, and I know that I got work tomorrow, and I know we got that function, that party. Oh, yeah. Maybe I should take some of these pages with me to show. I believe this guy's an art critic. All right, sleep right now. We'll do this tomorrow.
Sleep sounds like a very good idea right now, Jabari. But you can't help one last glance at the pages, and you swear just for a second you see the monk's head turn towards you. and then you blink, and it's facing back towards the mountain again.
We'll continue this journey tomorrow. I think I definitely need some sleep.
And you carefully put the pages away. You don't leave them out on your desk because who knows what could happen to them. You put them in your folder.
Yeah, put
very
the
carefully.
blotter in between so there's no seepage from the line
Of
work.
course. And you betake yourself to your bed with the feeling of having done something well building up in your chest. You're a little confused by what just happened. Was it a vision? Were you hallucinating? What was it? But you still feel like you're doing something really well. You're on the right track here.
I prefer these visions to thinking about that stuff in that book. Oh, that's
yes.
Quite a work to palate cleanse.
Your images overtake those of the Alabaster Archfiend when you go to sleep. You dream of the monk. You dream of his journey and where you're going to take him next. That's how this comic has gone for you, is you have dreams. And they inspire. You don't write down your dreams panel by panel, but they inspire you where to take him next. And so we'll leave you in bed dreaming of the Sunflower Monk and keeping the Alabaster Archfiend at bay. Sam.
Yes.
I assume you've gone back to your normal work for the couple days, or did you have something else you were planning on doing?
So I would have made copies of the tapes that I stole from the van so that I can add them to my collection to sell. But other than that, yes, I would have gone back to the Beanie and continued work as a clerk.
Okay, you've gone back to your work, and some things are turning over in your brain about your meeting with Matsushima. He knew your name. He knew everyone's names. But he's also such an energetic and calming at the same time presence. He was such an interesting man. And you've had some thoughts about where things are going and what you might do with those things in the future. And they sort of take over your mind. You're operating almost on autopilot at the store. You speak to your customers very politely, using phrases and statements that every retail convenience or food worker has memorized and can say in their sleep. And you don't really engage beyond that because half of your brain is always engaged elsewhere. And you're thinking about the mantra and that you say to yourself at night, and you're thinking about the prince, and you're thinking about the tale of pale leaves and everything that's gone on over the last few months. How is Sam feeling? Has her outlook changed at all?
She is still very split about all of this. It's one of those of I want as much information about the association as I can get. But if, say, an invitation was extended, do I join? Do I join for real? Do I join for fake in order to get more information and have more connections? I am still on the fence. I have not made any sort of final decision there.
But it's thoughts that are roiling through your brain.
Absolutely.
And one night, as you're up late, you haven't had a lot of customers after about dinner time. It's rainy. Nobody really wants to be out. It's cold. People are with their families. You're sitting on your stool behind the counter, and you hear a, "Hello, Sam."
Turn towards the voice.
There is a tall figure standing there. He's got sort of pale skin, green eyes. He's wearing a robe, long hair, and he looks very familiar. He looks almost like a better version of the image of the prince that you saw in that photocopied version of the Tale of Pale Leaves.
Okay. Okay. Uh, Greetings, sir. How can I help you today?
Oh, you can help me by helping yourself, Sam. I'm sorry, do you prefer Percy-san?
Sam is fine. Um, I'm sorry. Have we met before? I can't quite place you.
And he smiles, this calm, cheerful smile. He's very much a real life manga character. Just that's the best way I can describe him, the way he looks. And he says, "Well, you did accept my invitation."
Oh, yes. Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very excited to come meet the association here very soon. You know, I know all of my friends were working very hard to get prepared for that lovely invitation we received.
Well, originally you came to the Manga Mart
Mhm.
at my invitation. You're a very interesting person, Sam. So much turmoil, so much pretending, so much that could be at peace.
But the turmoil is what keeps things moving. To sit and to settle is what allows the sediment of the world to fall over you and hold you in place. That is how a fossil is made.
The river can keep moving, with or without the sticks that are thrown into it.
But as they say, you can never step in the same river twice. That motion is necessary for life.
Motion, yes, but I think perhaps a little more peace could make your river run faster.
And how would you suggest that I find this peace?
Hmm. Oh, there are many ways, they say, to peace, to enlightenment. You're already taking yourself down that direction to give yourself peace at night. I hear it. I hear it.
Yeah, of of course. It's I sleep better with the mantra than without.
As it was meant to be. But continue down the path of enlightenment, Sam, and you will find the world can be a much better place. There are horrible things out here, Sam Percy, as you have seen. There are things you are called upon to deal with, perhaps beyond that which normal mortals normally have to deal with, but you handle them so well. And I think this party will be good for you.
Well, will you be there?
He chuckles. Well, that would spoil the surprise.
And is there anything beyond Prince that I should call you?
Ah, just the prince.
Very well, the Prince.
And he laughs and says, just one name. That's all some of us need. And he's gone.
Do you have a symbol?
He's gone. You don't even blink. He's just gone. You don't hear the door. You don't see him walk away. Nothing. He's just
Right.
gone.
Sure.
So, how does Sam feel about this?
I mean, she has slowly been losing her grip on reality, understanding that the supernatural exists. So I think she's actually kind of here for it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that makes total sense. So you can add that to your collection of things to think about and stuff to mull over
Yeah.
as you go back to sorting through your videos behind the behind the curtain of respectability, and working in the shop until the party arrives. Trent, you're staying in the hospital for a bit, I believe.
Yeah.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
You were not in the best of shape.
No. No.
So, have you been up to anything? Have you called on anyone or done anything in particular while you've been recuperating?
I think that I would have called my boss, Yamamoto-san. Obviously, I would have contacted the department to let them know what was going on with me, assuming that they hadn't already been notified by the other authorities when I was taken to the hospital. Um, I think I would I think I would give as many of the facts of the case um, to my friend Mitsutani-san to let him know what is going on, what we've experienced.
So, you're telling him the truth.
I mean, he's my friend. I think I
Mm-hmm.
would. I think I would. Hmm. I would tell him what I
Mm-hmm.
think I saw,
Okay.
but I would also caveat that explanation with the possibility that I had been drugged,
Mm-hmm.
though I could not say when or where or how,
Mm-hmm.
but that I would be happy to submit to drug tests if it would help.
I don't think that'll be necessary, Laundry Son. Uh, interesting. Interesting. So there's something, I was right. There's something about this book, this manga, this nerd shit.
It's very strange. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to pin down, but it's somehow um, this thing keeps popping up. This pale leaves, and there's a connection somehow, and I'm not sure how or why.
Cults are dangerous things, you know. They can be so inscrutable when they first pop up. You have to spend so much time figuring out what they want, how they're going to go about getting it,
Whether they're real or not.
whether they're real, which is everyone else I've spoken to has been convinced that I'm, what is it you say in English? Chasing my tail?
Yeah, it's close enough.
Yes. But there's something about these people. There's something about these people. I can't quite put my finger on it, but there's something wrong with them. But of course, I can't do anything about it officially. They won't let me, so here we are. I really appreciate you looking into it for me, and I'm sorry about your injuries.
Uh, I would say that this is part of the job, but I don't know that that's necessarily true. This feels especially uh, unusual.
Yes, strange creatures and fire and all sorts of things. Not things we normally deal with on a daily basis here.
No, I'm not a very religious person. This is not, I don't buy into dogma of many sorts. So this is, I wouldn't say it's new territory, but it's not something I'm super familiar with either.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna keep digging where I can, finding these leads and names and anything else I can pull together. But you gave me the Association of Pale Leaves, that name. I'm looking into it on my end as best as I can.
Um, I assume that I would have given him the list of the women's names as well,
Hmm.
in
Yeah.
the hopes that he would like check on them and see if they are safe, considering what
Hmm.
happened to
Yes.
Saito-san.
Hmm. Yes, I've checked on all of them. They mentioned him as being some creep who tried to get them to hook up with him after meeting at a bar, and they weren't having it. He
Uh,
laughs,
I mean,
grunts.
hard to understand why. Yeah.
Mm. Such a prized piece of humanity, that.
Well, um, what do you know about Matsushima-san?
Hmm. Oh, he's very prominent. I know you don't know as much about our scene necessarily, but I'm sure you've heard the name in places. Can't dig too much without arousing an suspicion, let's say. But he's wealthy. He has his own home where he keeps to himself, but he writes pieces on art, plays, books, all these sorts of things. Never heard of him being into manga, so that's a little bit of an interesting twist there, that he'd be into this particular book. But if you say he's associated with the APL, can do some more digging there. But he's an upstanding citizen, according to all of the public records.
Well, I've been invited to his home on the 31st.
Hmm. Not his home, to a club.
Oh, to a club. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
to a party at a club. Hmm.
I thought it was his home. Okay, that makes
Hmm.
sense. Um, okay. Um, well, I've been invited to one of his events um, this coming weekend. I'm
I
debating whether or not I should go. I should go. I know I should. I should at least make an attempt because I'm sure there's something else I can learn while I'm there. If our resources are so limited, um, but I got to tell you, I'm a little scared.
He pauses and he nods very slowly. Says, "I'd be concerned about you if you weren't scared, to be completely honest. With all of the things you've seen and strange events, drug induced or otherwise, no good agent can say he is unafraid. And be honest.
Yeah.
Fear fear can be useful. Keep you safe. Are your other friends going?"
What day of the week is this, would you say?
Oh, God. Let me Google that real fast.
Or like if it's just like a day or two before the event.
Let's see, December 31st. So today it's the 29th currently, the night
Okay.
that you're on. Hmm.
And I would have been admitted like the 26th or 27th.
27th. Yeah,
Okay.
26th.
2 days in the hospital. Okay. I would say that we've probably discussed it. I would say that I'm on the fence. I think anybody who has decided to go has probably told me they're going. Um, I don't, it would make me feel better, uh, if I were to go, if there was some form of some kind of backup in the area, just in case.
I think I can arrange that.
Doesn't
Uh,
have to be big, doesn't have to be unruly, but just
Nothing ostentatious.
right. We don't want to bring up too much. We don't want to make it obvious.
Considering how long it took for someone to get to panic, I think that's not a bad idea. I can come up with some kind of excuse or event to have a couple cars in the area. I think I can do that. But I do think it's good of you to go, Laundry-san. The civilians, they need someone there who knows what they're doing. More or less.
Oh man, I think Trent has an idea.
Oh no.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to propose this to him. I'm going to propose that the rookie, Hikari Saito-san,
Mhm.
pushes me around in a wheelchair. I don't necessarily need the wheelchair, but it's a good kind of facade to get another person in, and he can pretend that he is kind of like my caregiver type person in that moment. And maybe that's how I get somebody else in on the inside.
Sure, we can give that a go. It can be hard to get unauthorized people into these exclusive parties, but we'll see if we can make it work.
Okay.
And
Okay.
he puts a bottle of sake on the table next to your bed, says, "For when you feel better."
Thanks.
But claps you on the shoulder. You're doing good work, Laundry-san.
Well, here's hoping I can do more. I'm hoping I can do more.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we'll leave you doing the rest of your recuperating as best as you can in the hospital, and have a look in on Takahashi.
Yes.
So, Takahashi, have you just gone back to work as if nothing had happened?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, a salaryman's work is never done. The budget wasn't finished before I left. And so I'm going to go back and start crunching the numbers.
Mm-hmm. You go back to crunching the numbers. You've got a new calculator. It's a nice calculator.
It's not as good as my old one, though.
No. Well, the old one, you knew all of its little eccentricities and every little crack and dent and bump in it. This one's just, it's too new.
The buttons are still a little stiff.
Mm-hmm.
So in my downtime, after I've like finished writing something down, my other hand is absent-mindedly just pushing the buttons to try to break them in a little bit. Get
Your
that new calculator
stimming.
crunch out. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Calculator stimming. So you go back to work and you try not to think about the things that you saw. And you try not to think about the heat of the flames around you and how it felt.
Yep.
But it's hard.
It is.
And you've decided you're going to go to this party. Maybe you're not quite sure why you're going to go, or maybe you are. What is Takahashi's feeling about going to this party?
Because I was invited by name, I feel there's an obligation to go. It's almost like when the boss says to do something, or will someone do this, and nobody moves, and he singles you out, says you should do this. And so even though it's not my usual scene, I mean, I only go to parties for work and as required by the boss. But because I was invited by name, there is that. It's more of an obligation than a fun time.
Right. You feel like you have to go for some reason. Right. So you're thinking a little bit about this event that you have to go to. And you are working on some reports late at night. It's late. And you hear a voice saying, "You could be so much better than this, Takahashi-san."
I'm good at what I do. Why do I need to be better? I'm the best I can be.
Really, Masato? You really think that?
And at the reference to my actual name,
Your
I'm
given
gonna
name, yeah.
I'm start looking around. Yeah,
Hmm. There's no one there.
I will look at my calculator and say, "Don't you judge me. You're the new guy here."
And there's a light chuckle. Now, Masato. You could be so much better. Why are you content to wallow in mediocrity?
My work is not mediocre. My work is among the best of this company. How dare you?
This company, yes. But you could do so much more. I see greatness in you, Masato. There's a world of difference you could make. If
I
you
make a
weren't so,
difference.
if you weren't so stuck.
I can't just leave.
You're content playing catch, Masato, when you should be making a run for home.
Ouch. Takahashi, I'm gonna stop at that moment, kind of like whoever's saying this knows me, and almost in a way that they know me better than I know me, because as far as the salaryman gig, it's lying to myself of who I want to be. And I'm going to stop and just, I'm not going to look around for the voice. As I said, those days are behind me.
Only if you keep telling yourself that. I see great things for you. You just have to reach for them. You have to take a swing. Swing for the fences.
The next opportunity that comes up, I will.
Good. I believe in you. And you have this feeling of warmth in your chest, almost like you're being hugged, which is not a sensation that adult Takahashi has very often, if at all. But it's this warm, calming sensation, this reassurance.
And with that reassurance, I'm going to look at the clock. And even though it's not, I mean, business close was hours ago. But for Takahashi, that's not when he leaves the office. I'll look at the clock and see it is maybe an hour before I would normally leave. I'm going to put down my pencil and walk out.
And you hear applause. There's just a slow clap. Good work, Masato. Good work. Things are looking up for you. I'll be watching. And
I should ask, does the voice sound familiar at all? Have I heard this voice before?
it sounds vaguely familiar.
Okay.
You're not quite certain, but it does have that hint of familiarity to it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And so we'll leave Takahashi leaving a whole hour early out into the rainy night, heading home to get a decent night's sleep for once, and dreams perhaps of better things, whatever those better things may be.
Baseball.
So, baseball, yes. So we fade in on the day of the party, this exclusive event. It's at Club Kudzu, which is an underground music venue. Very few tourists go there. So it's not something any of you really were familiar with until you got the invitation. You wouldn't have even known it existed. Not even you, Takahashi, were familiar with this place. It is an interesting location. It's in Akihabara, which is in the pop culture shopping center, all of that sort of area. So there's like shops for video games, anime, manga, electronics. There's all sorts of cultural things there related to modern pop culture. It's not a place most of you go very often. Jabari's probably been through there a few times, especially when he first came to Japan, when he was looking for inspiration and trying to get acclimated. But you don't know the specific bar or club, rather. So on this particular evening, are you going together, or are you arriving separately? How are you planning on going there?
Well, unless there was a coordination call
I would have
before,
started, but I don't know what everyone else said.
I'm probably meeting, unless there was a coordination call beforehand, I'm going to meet the others there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it would be a situation where if Saito-san is going to be able to be my medical attendant, then I would want to give him cover for that as well. Like, so I don't know that I would tell the team that he is also a cop. I would pretend that he is also a medical attendant.
Okay. So you all meet up en route with Trent being pushed in a wheelchair by someone in. I guess he would be dressed up a bit more. He wouldn't be wearing scrubs or anything.
Yeah.
But Trent introduces him as his medical attendant. Trent is looking better, but still kind of like he did just almost die a few days ago. So, about what you'd expect. What are you all wearing to this event? That's what I want to know. How are you dressed for this event?
So I am wearing a shin-length yellow gingham dress, as well as a yellow top. And I have my face put on, which is probably the first time that Sam has been wearing makeup for an event, and has her hair tied back currently.
Black suit, the Sunday best with the red and blue tie. Or sorry, the yellow and blue tie.
Yellow and blue. Okay.
Black jacket, black pants, black tie, white shirt.
Oh.
And I put a fresh shine on those shoes before I came out.
Takashi Wick over here.
You've seen what he can do with a calculator. Give him a pencil and see what he can do.
I think Trent would be. I think he would be decked out in something that is very. I don't want to call it flowy, but something that is a little more comfortable than like a standard slacks and suit jacket because of his condition. I think he would wear something a little dressed down from that, but still try to achieve some kind of a. He doesn't want to come in looking like a scrub, basically, but he's
Want
also
no scrubs.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he can't hang out the side of the car of his best friend's ride at the moment, but he is certainly trying to at least emulate some kind of dressiness. Yeah.
Okay. So you all meet up. You make your way to the dive bar that is above Club Kudzu. You can see an inconspicuous sign marking the location. It has the venue's name and an arrow essentially pointing to, unfortunately for Trent, the stairway leading down into the club.
No accessibility in this place.
No, unfortunately not.
We can temporarily help you down. I mean, if anything, now look at Takahashi-san. We can brace and help the wheelchair down the ramp.
Okay.
Okay. So
not the first time I've had to do this with some family members.
So are you going down in the wheelchair with their assistance?
I would say to keep up appearances, yes. Like I feel like I can walk, but like this is yeah. I would suffer through it just to keep up.
It's gonna hurt.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
All that jostling. All right. So you go down the stairs, Trent, very carefully and very bumpily. There's overlapping layers of posters for various bands and underground idol groups all over the walls of the stairwell. Some that you probably recognize, Sam, but nobody else does. But you make your way down the stairwell. Are you planning to just go in through the front entrance? Yeah.
What are our other options?
You could look for another entrance if you wanted to.
Touche. Might as well. I will look around to see what else.
I never assume people are just going in by the front door because these are Cthulhu investigators.
And
Y'all
here's the
never
thing.
want to go in the right way.
And here's the thing: we could just set the place on fire just to start off the night.
You could.
I did bring Uncle Timmy's Lucky Dynamite. I'll say, if they're looking for other entrance, I'm going to take the front door because I am nothing if not polite.
Mm-hmm.
I now
So,
have
Sam,
now I carry a lighter with me.
as you should.
Yeah, I was just kind of under the thing that it like went for a stairwell and then just came to the door. But yeah, let me go ahead and spot hidden.
So you don't need a spot hidden. You can look around the side of the building essentially before you go down the stairs just to see if there's any other way to get in. There is an emergency exit. It's probably got more stairs leading down towards the
Sure.
basement area where the club is, but there is an emergency exit there. No roll required.
Okay. Yeah. I'll shoot for the main entrance, but knowing that there's a secondary exit is good to know.
Yes, it is good to know. All right. So you make your way down the stairs towards the door. The door is not guarded, which is interesting because it's a club. It's an exclusive event. You'd expect there'd be a bouncer or two at the door, but there is no such thing.
Do we hear music?
You do hear music, but you hear your aide, Trent, says, Laundry-san, this door is sealed tight. There's no way we can get in through here.
Sealed.
Yes, it's sealed off. It does not look sealed off to you. It just looks closed.
Ooh.
I'm going to knock.
You knock. You hear party noises inside, dimmed a bit through the heavy door, but you hear people talking and loud music and all sorts of things.
I'll twist the knob or push the handle or however the action is.
You push the handle and the door opens.
Okay. I will stride in.
All right.
I will follow.
Likewise.
I'm going to turn to Saito-san. You see the door opening, right?
How did it open?
I mean, it's a door.
But it was sealed shut.
Sealed shut with what?
Soldered around the sides, and it should not have opened.
I hate this. Bucho hates this, but this is fun. Well, try to push me through. Okay.
All right.
Well, the door's open, so yeah, I'll go in.
Okay. So he pushes you through the door, and then it immediately becomes clear he's going to have difficulty pushing you anywhere else in here because it is packed. There are several hundred people in here in a fairly small space. They're all crammed in shoulder to shoulder. Most of them are wearing masks and yellow robes, dresses, raincoats, all of this throng of yellow throughout here. There's an opening act performing. There's 3 girls who you recognize, Sam, as an idol group, performing a song called My Prince Charming, this very sugary, sweet pop song from the stage at the front. And it's this cheerful song about meeting the perfect man of your dreams and just very poppy, and everyone is kind of vibing to it. And you see... all of you can see as you're looking around that there's people from a variety of walks of life around here. But you can all make me an intelligence roll or a spot hidden, whichever is higher for you.
Nope.
28. Which
28,
is, I'm using the intelligence, so that is just under half, or just over half.
06, extreme success.
Nice.
For both.
I rolled an 81. That's not going to work anywhere.
Okay. So, Trent, it makes sense that you're not really noticing because you're kind of stuck at this point in the wheelchair. Your aide cannot move you anywhere. There's far too many people in here.
I'm getting blasted in the face by farts right now. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And
it's okay to like it, Trent.
Sam, you're vibing to the music because you've heard this song or a version of this song before, although the lyrics are slightly different. And so Takahashi and Jabari, you see some of the same people that you saw at the manga market the other day. And some of them have copies of what looks like their own works, their own manga that they've drawn, and they're showing them to other people excitedly and talking and laughing over them. And you see a decent number of people, like, you don't know who they are, but you recognize their faces from the manga market.
So if we recognize their faces, they're not wearing the masks then?
Yeah, not all the people in here are wearing masks.
Okay. Yeah. Making sure, because I was like, I want to make sure I'm not walking like an eyes wide shut kind of.
No, there's a number of people wearing masks. Many of them are wearing masks, but you see some of them who aren't, including some of these people that you recognize from booths at the manga market.
Okay. About how many people are in this room right now?
There's at least 200 people in here.
Okay.
Yeah,
definitely a fire hazard.
Least. Oh yeah, it's definitely a fire hazard, especially with you around, Takahashi.
Or a barbecue, depending on your viewpoint.
Absolutely, yes. And you see, you do see Takahashi with your extreme. You see Saito Tomoko up near the stage. This young woman who you rescued from her abusive boyfriend, the Alabaster Archfiend. And she looks a bit tired, but she's got a smile on her face. She's dancing to the music. She's got her hands in the air, and she's wearing a yellow dress. And seems to be happy to be here. You can also see, both of you two can see off to the side. There's a tall man in a dark suit with gold pinstripes. You don't recognize him. But next to him, you see a man who looks pretty familiar. He's wearing a dark suit. He's got a bald head and a yellow tie. And he looks... Jabari, you recognize him. Takahashi, you don't. But Jabari, he looks rather like the monk that you saw at the temple.
Well, you can see of his face because he kept his spread the lower portion.
He had the hat on, yeah. But you saw a good part of his face, yeah.
Which I have been seeing as I have been drawing
and over and over.
Which I tuck the bundle I have with me of my sample drawings of the pieces back, so it's not getting damaged by the throng of the crowd.
Mm-hmm. So
and I'm just mesmerized and stuck on him. The aspect of my drawing in real life.
Looking at him, you realize your drawing is slightly different to life. You've been making these drawings. There's something different about the angle of the jaw and the cheekbones. Not quite sure. You were basing this monk in the Sunflower Monk on the one you met on the temple grounds, but subconsciously you were drawing him differently. But you know that's him. That's the one that's the man you met. Sam and Trent, you don't see shit. It is loud. It is crowded. There's yellow and masks and all sorts of music and everything everywhere. Your aide, Trent, seems very uncomfortable, partially because he keeps getting elbowed by people who are flailing around or moving. Someone spills a drink on him at one point, just bumps into him, and they go, sorry. But you are kind of stuck, parked just in through the door, because you can't get too much further in. All right. Anything you would like to do in particular? I can't hear you,
Can't hear
Sid.
Sam.
Is Jabari or Takashi-san pointing out our princely friend off to the side?
I'm not. I'm more mesmerized and across, just like, do I need help? What do I have to do to make that closer to what he looks like? I'm sort of lost in thought.
Yeah.
I'll point out Tomoko-san being here. Or Saito-san?
Saito-san.
Saito-san, okay, sorry.
That goes on.
I'll point out, like, oh, she's here. It's strange. I thought she would have wanted to distance herself from this after everything that happened with her boyfriend.
The mantra does silly things to you. I give Takashi-san a gentle nod, and I will work my way towards the bar because someone needs a drink.
Okay. You work your way towards the bar. You obtain a drink. It takes a few minutes, during which the songs have changed out. The band is, or the idol group is still performing, but they're now singing a song called Doki Doki Literature, which seems to be about the importance of reading and the exciting, mind-expanding power of books. And so you obtain your drink during this song, and the music's gotten louder, the people have gotten louder. There's this palpable energy in the room. Everybody is waiting for something. They're psyched. They're focused. They're all aimed towards something, but they don't seem to know what it is. And you definitely can't figure out what it is. But the atmosphere is powerful in here.
If this is a palpable feeling, then I will have, I will have my attendant, Saito-san, take me to the, try to get me to the side of the room as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Just any side, which it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it takes a bit to maneuver the wheelchair through the throng of people. It's very slow. They go through about 3 more songs, the idol group does, before you're able to get to the side of the room, but you are finally ensconced by a wall. And he just gives you a look of concern. There's a lot of people in here. If something goes bad.
Yeah, it could be very bad. So, eyes up. I don't know what we're looking for, but it feels off.
It does. All right. And he looks around. He keeps himself like closed in around you, looking around, keeping an eye out for threats. Sam, you get your drink. Jabari, you're watching the man you know to be the monk who you met. And Takahashi, do you get a drink? Do you just watch the performance? What is it you're doing?
I would go to get a drink, and probably after I get to the bar, down it a little quicker than you'd expect for Takahashi. And then immediately hold up 2 fingers.
Excellent. Takahashi-san's getting a little sloshed. So you get your drinks, those of you who are drinking. The music continues for a bit. The energy gets tenser and more expansive at the same time with each song. Like people are waiting and cheering and laughing, and the music and the noise makes the room almost feel like it's spinning around you, especially those of you who've imbibed a little bit. But at the end of the last song, you see Matsushima Nobuo come on stage in his dark suit and with the gold pinstripes. And Sam, you recognize him immediately, of course, because you just had tea with him a few days ago. And he takes the microphone and everyone cheers. And he says, "Good evening, everyone. I am Matsushima Nobuo, tonight's master of ceremonies. Perhaps you know me from my writing, perhaps from my political career, but I am here tonight for the same reason as all of you. I am a fan of a profoundly special work of art, The Tale of Pale Leaves. We are all otaku here, geeks, nerds, outcasts, even me. I was bullied in school for being a bookworm. But here, There is no hate. Look around you. This is your family, bound not by blood, but by common passion. Everyone cheers and laughs. We have gathered here to celebrate not just a great story, but a great truth. It is a truth that all of you know deep in your hearts, but would be afraid to admit to outsiders. The Prince of Pale Leaves is real. And you can all see the silhouette of a man, a silhouette you recognize, Sam, because you just saw it the other night. Standing beside him, just outside the glow of the spotlight. And the audience gasps, and Matsushima turns to the silhouette and he bows very deeply, respectfully. The silhouette nods at him. More than just common passion, the prince unites us. He is part of all of us now. He gestures at the crowd. Thanks to him, our hearts and minds are intertwined forever. He stands beside us, always, and he empowers us in our times of need. Some of you are not far along the path and have yet to see the Prince of Pale Leaves for yourself. Those of you who doubt, and he looks around and you almost feel, Trent, like he's looking at you. Those of you who doubt, I understand your skepticism. So tonight we present to you the person closest to the prince, the one who has bonded with him as one spirit and who can demonstrate his power, the creator of the Tale of Pale Leaves, Yamabuki Iroha. And the crowd erupts in cheering and yelling. You see a figure emerging from the backstage wearing a similar costume to what most of the guests are wearing, this hooded yellow robe with a mask. They step forward through the prince's silhouette, and the shadows merge with them and around them. And everyone cheers and cheers and cheers. And this
Jabari's amongst them cheering. Jabari's cheering along with them.
Excellent. And the figure steps forward next to Matsushima, and they say, "You know me by my pen name." And the voice sounds strange, but very familiar somehow. Feminine, casual, but brimming with confidence. But many of you have known me for so much longer. I kept my true self hidden from you, but there's no longer any need for that. Tonight, I wear no mask. And they reach up to remove their mask, and everyone in the club leans forward, trying to see who it is. Some of them are standing on their tiptoes, leaning on each other's shoulders, and they pull away the mask. People start shrieking and screaming, but not in terror, in joy, as they see Nagatsuki Kaede, the artist. They all cheer and laugh and call her name. She gestures at them and the room goes quiet. I am Nagatsuki Kaede, and I am the Prince of Pale Leaves. I am two hearts in one body, one heart, and she gestures at the crowd, in many. All of you can be one with the prince and share in our story. Many of you have the creativity and talent to add to it. She seems to be looking at you, Jabari. You can feel her glance piercing through you, that welcome, that comfort. Tonight, I wish to help you reach your full potential, starting with a very dear friend. And she reaches down off the stage to Saito Tomiko and helps her up onto the stage. And she steps up to the microphone and says, "My name is Tomoko. I've wanted to be an artist since I was a little girl, but..." And she looks down at the ground. I can't picture things in my head. If you asked me to draw a rabbit right now without looking at one, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't. I've been told it's an exceptionally rare condition. She sniffles. I've known Kaida since our school days, and I've always looked up to her. She told me she could help me. And she looks up at Nagatsuki. I just want to be able to draw from my heart like you do, like the prince does in your story. I can't see the prince like everyone else here can, but I want to. Can you help me? And the crowd cheers as Nagatsuki puts a comforting hand on her shoulder. You see in the background, Matsushima has pulled out a piece of poster board onto an easel, essentially, on the center of the stage. And so Nagatsuki comes towards the board and she pulls a black glass pen out of her sleeve and she twirls it around. And it transforms into a long-handled brush of black lacquer with gold etching. Without ever dipping the brush into ink or paint, she makes a few brief gestures at the board. And then you see with one hand, she lifts a full-sized couch off the board and into 3D reality. And you all make me a sanity roll.
Hard success. I rolled a 9.
Okay?
Nope.
Actually, that's an extreme.
Okay.
77
lose
over
anything,
37.
Sam? Okay. Sam, you don't lose anything. Jabari, how did you do? You're muted.
Failed.
Okay, so Sam's the only one who passed, which is kind of makes sense for reasons. Trent, you lose 1. Takahashi, you lose 2. Jabari, you lose 1. As you just watch this woman draw the outline of a couch or a futon and then pull it off of the poster board into reality. You watch in confusion and a bit of horror, maybe, those of you who failed, as Nagatsuki instructs her friend to lay down on the couch. She does. And you see Nagatsuki raising the brush above her head, and it transforms again from a brush into something like a spear. Glowing yellow symbols and the bristles turning into a blade-like point. And she calls out a line that you recognize from the manga, those of you who've seen the manga. This is the word of the prince. And all around you, the crowd replies in one voice, let it be inscribed upon our hearts. And she cries out, it shall be engraved upon your soul. And she plunges the spear into Saito's face. You see the end of the spear separating into thousands of bristles, slipping into her nose, ears, and eyes. There's a cacophony of sound, the whine of 1,000 dentist drills, the hum of electricity, tiny things popping from heat and light. Saito is quiet. Her head doesn't move, but her whole body shakes as if she's gone into a seizure. Everyone is silent. Nobody moves. You feel frozen in shock and horror. 10 seconds later, she sits up, looking bewildered. The spear is withdrawn. There's no blood or anything. She looks unharmed. Give me a pen and paper, please. Pen and paper, pen and paper. And Matsushima rushes up to her, gives her a sketch pad and a pen. And she starts drawing frantically. She turns the paper around and you see a perfect rabbit, so real that its nose seems to twitch on the paper. She holds it up towards you and she starts laughing and crying. My prince! And she embraces her friend. Sanity rolls, please.
I think as I saw the paintbrush turning into a spear, I would have tried to pull myself up out of the chair just to make sure I didn't miss anything.
Yep.
Hard success.
Okay.
Fail.
That's a fail.
Okay.
I got an extreme, but I just want to check real quick because you said it's been a few days in between. Does our 1/5 reset?
Yeah, it's per day, so you're good.
Just making
Yeah.
sure. Okay.
You're good. You're good. Don't worry about it. All right. So you passed. So Takahashi and Sam, it's like, oh, this is just stage magic. It's fine. There's nothing wrong here. Jabari and Trent, on the other hand, like Jabari, you in particular are aware that there's something very wrong here, or something very different anyway. Like, you know the condition she's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
This should, if she has it, this should not be possible.
No, and this is also reminding me of any of the various experiences growing up of going to the church and letting the power of Jesus
Yes.
heal those that are infirmed.
And so Jabari, you lose 3. Trent, you lose 2. Could have been worse. That was a D6.
Yep.
What are your reactions? How are all of you reacting to all of this?
I'm having that moment of like, this reminds me of the church, but fascinating. As I lean closer, it's like, can this improve my art?
I think I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
I'm terrified.
Mm-hmm.
And I would turn to Saito-san and be like, what? Yeah, I would check on him and see how he's doing.
Oh, I should roll sanity for him since
Yes,
he brought
you
an
should.
NPC along.
Yeah.
Okay. Good point. Thank you for reminding me.
Hey.
Oh, good. Bad Bucho.
I'm here to
Well.
help.
Bad Bucho. That's a bad Bucho.
Hey, he was either going to be a boon or a pain in the ass. It was
Naughty Bucho.
It was
So
a
he
50-50
fumbled. He fumbled
Oh,
with a 99.
but that should be a second roll because there's been 2 of those moments.
Yeah. I'm
Never mind.
only gonna make him do the one because I don't want to get
Bad
too in the
Barry.
weeds here.
Sorry.
So he fumbled on that. So he's gonna lose his automatic 6. And now we're gonna make an int roll for him.
Oh. Bucho, you see what you've done?
He
we-
got a
are
hard
we-
success.
Aren't we having fun?
We are having fun,
He's an
We
NPC.
are.
but
He's
we're
an
not going to be
NPC.
the ones who caused the arson this time.
Arson, you say?
So I'm gonna roll on my table for him and let the dice gods decide what happens to him.
Okay.
Dear dice gods.
Flee in panic. Okay. So he sees all of this happen. You turn to look at him to make sure he's okay, and you just see him wild-eyed pushing his way through people trying to get to the door.
Saito-san,
And he's yelling something in Japanese you don't quite understand because there's so much noise in here, but he is pushing his way towards the door. Thank you.
I am not fast enough to catch up with him, so I'm not even gonna try. The injuries are definitely slowing me down. Shit. Okay.
Thank you for that.
You're very welcome. At this point, I would be scanning the crowd and looking for the rest of the crew to see if I can see them.
Yeah, you can see them because they're not wearing hoods, masks, or robes like everyone else is. Plus, also, they're especially Jabari and Sam are fairly easy to spot. But you see them, and then you see Nagatsuki stepping away from her friend, from Saito, and she draws a perfect circle on the wall with the spear, and she starts flicking the brush across it. Shifts back into a brush, and she starts painting something, and you can see this tower of overlapping orange steel beams. All of you will recognize this as the Tokyo Tower. And she says, "Tonight I begin my real work, rewriting humanity's story, starting with this nation. It will be a top-down revolution." And she steps into the painting on the wall and disappears.
Ready for that sanity roll.
No, not for that one. You passed the previous one. You're fine. For the moment. What would you like to do?
Utter gasp.
Mm-hmm.
Can I make a psychology roll to see if the vibe of the room has changed?
Okay. Give me a psych roll.
Oh, 10 under 32. So hard success.
Okay.
Check that box, Bucho.
Everyone seems
Oh, it's checked.
cheerful, enthusiastic. They're all cheering. Some of them have taken Saito now, who's stepped down off the stage, and they're talking to her. She's frantically drawing things, like more and more things, on the sketch pad, just showing off how much she can draw now. It's pretty amazing. But yeah, Kaida just stepped through a painting of the Tokyo Tower and is gone.
Oh, I'm going to try to make my way to that painting of the Tokyo Tower.
Okay. Give me a dex roll.
Real quick, let me see. Actually, did I notice that Laundry Sun has been left high and dry?
Up to
Because
you.
that'll change things. You said
Your
you're standing,
character.
Laundry Sun?
I am. I started standing as soon as the paintbrush turned into a spear. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go try to push Laundry Sun towards the painting with me.
Okay. So, Trent, do you let Sam take you towards the painting?
I do not. I try to fight as much as possible, but I don't know that it's gonna work.
Okay. Are you insisting, Sam, that he comes with you?
I don't think I can hear him well enough to say otherwise.
Okay. So, give me opposed strength rolls,
Yeah.
you two.
Does Laundry Sun have disadvantage?
Disadvantage, yes. Disadvantage for Trent.
God damn it.
Get bent, Laundry Son.
If you did you succeed?
I hard successed and need to spend like 2 points to get an extreme.
You don't need to spend any luck because I needed to spend luck to make it a regular success. So
Okay.
yeah, I fail.
Trent, you get pulled towards this painting. Sam, make me that dex roll now.
God damn it.
That is a 5
Okay.
under 65.
Wow.
All right, I got a 95, so you make it to the painting.
Cool.
We are flying.
I want to join them at the painting. I want to follow them because rewriting history sounds fun.
I lean down while we're walking and whisper in Laundry Sun's ear. I said when I got to this country I'd never walk behind a man, but I guess I'll make an exception for you.
All right, Takahashi, you're going to the painting. Give me a dex roll as well.
Yes, indeedy. Hearing about rewriting history reminds me of a voice in my head. Can I push this roll?
Yes, you can absolutely push the roll.
Because I rolled a 92 over 65.
So the people are trying to get in your way. Specifically, you see as you're trying to push through here, Matsushima and the monk, who's now no longer in monk robes, but who's still in that dark suit, are trying to get in people's way. So you have to get past them. So what are you doing to push this roll?
To the nearest person in my way,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to start a fire.
Just a little on their elbows. It'll move people out of the way.
Tempting. I will say it is tempting, but I think I'm going to get a little more violent in my shoving.
Okay. So you're going to get more elbowy.
Not quite throwing a haymaker, but just shy there of a fighting brawl roll.
Okay.
$64 under 65.
Nice. So you start flailing around a bit and elbowing people out of your way, and you make it up there. Jabari, you see the others making their way towards that painting. What are you doing?
I'm probably actually heading for the monk
Okay.
and trying to get up to him. And which point I'm also pulling out one of the drawings I had of him, and I am showing it in reverence towards him.
Okay. It's a little bit hard to do because there's so many people moving around in here.
Oh, I'm pushing back against anyone who could damage my work.
Mm-hmm. You show it to him. He pauses, like he's not quite sure what you're doing, because you're kind of bowing a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he looks at it, and then you see comprehension on his face. Ah, you are the artist. This is wonderful.
Thank you for being the muse.
And he chuckles and says, "Oh, it's not I, it is the prince, but I am thankful to be an image of him for you."
Precisely. Thank you for being that image as my muse.
You have a real skill. The prince will be pleased.
Should I follow? And I'll turn and look towards the painting. Should I follow to assist?
I don't know how you can assist her, but if you would like to try, you are welcome to do so.
I will tuck the drawing away and I will move towards the painting.
Okay, so you are allowed to go towards the painting. No one tries to stop you. And you make your way over there. So you can feel a bit of cold air and a bit of damp through this painting. It seems to be some kind of portal.
I will step into the portal.
All right. So without a word, Jabari just walks on through. What about the rest of you?
He does yell out to Landry, "Keep your hands and feet inside the ride at all times, and remember, we think, wink, double blink, close your eyes, and go." And I push him through, and we both go through the painting.
And you just hear this, "God damn it," and my hands are flailing.
Okay, Takahashi?
I'm just going to look at the rest of them and think, and I'm not going to say it out loud, but just think in the back of my head, if I am destined for greatness, what are they destined for?
We are all destined for greatness together.
And I hear that, and you see just like the faintest smile come across my mouth as I just calmly walk through the painting.
Okay, you walk through the painting.
I don't like that Mav is giggling like this because I feel like we're all... I'm in danger! I don't think we are supposed to go in the painting.
So, you step through the painting.
Some of us fall through, but yes.
Yes, well, Trent falls through, but you know. And you find yourselves surrounded in darkness by walls of look like metal. And then they turn sort of this pale shade of yellow, and you start to see simplistic two-dimensional shadow plays as you're moving through here, this space, whatever it is. There's a scene with a kindergarten classroom where small children are announcing what they want to be when they grow up. And one little girl says that she wants to be a pretty princess and have a handsome prince to take care of her. And then you see a representation of what looks like Nagatsuki Kaede saying, "I want to be a prince." And everyone laughs and says, "But Kaede, you can't be a prince. You're a girl." And there's another scene that flashes past you, hallway of a junior high school. And Nagatsuki is demanding that these older girls give back her drawings. And they laugh and start ripping them up, saying, "We're doing you a favor. If anyone sees these, they know that you're a freak." And then there's another image in a rundown apartment. You see a woman drinking from a box of wine, watching TV, looking at Nagatsuki, saying, "A manga artist? Don't be ridiculous. You can't make a living like that. Give up that silly dream. Just get a temp job until you can find a man who will settle for you." And you pass through this space, and you find yourself on the top deck of the Tokyo Tower. Normally, there's these big glass windows that overlook the Tokyo city. But instead of seeing the skyline, you see that there's very complex images on these thick panes of glass. Each of them have some kind of hyper-realistic drawings surrounded by lines of symbols. The ink seems to have embedded itself in the glass. It's making a 3D effect around this room. And you can all make me an intelligence or an education roll.
Success on int.
83 under 86 for EDU.
Okay.
That is a 0-3 for Takahashi-san.
Nice.
And that's a success or under my education, no.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
We're crushing it on this side of the portal. Cool.
You're doing great. So you look at these symbols, these characters that are drawn on the glass, and they seem to be coordinates in time and space, all in a direct line of sight from the tower. Almost like plotting points on a map. And the images that you're looking at are maybe realities that she wants to change. Because you see on the piece of window that looks over the government buildings, there's the Sutra of pale leaves appearing in the office of influential people. There's a window that looks out over a university, and you see scientists and engineers making technological breakthroughs. On another panel, you see various oligarchs and corrupt public officials being arrested or struck by lightning out of nowhere. It's this chain of events, and it seems to be leading up to something. And you hear a sound, and you turn and you see Nagatsuki putting the finishing touches on another window with the brush. There's 8 panels that are unpainted. She's just finished one before that, so there's 8 left. And she looks at you, and she smiles. And she says, "Just so you know, it was never about me. It's about the world. The prince showed me the terrible things he's seen on this planet. Through his eyes, through his memories, I've seen humanity's darkest moments and all its squandered potential. I'm lucky by comparison. Things can be so much better. And I need all of you to make me POW rolls, please."
No.
No?
Nope.
Pass.
No? What level of pass?
It's just a success. I have 60 and I got a 37.
Okay. Takahashi?
Regular success, 31 under 50.
Okay. So you needed extremes. So
Well, that wasn't going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
as Nagatsuki is speaking to you, your minds are flooded with a rapid, unending stream of horrible images. You see chemicals being poured into water. You see child soldiers in the desert. You see flies buzzing around corpses. Dictators sending armies up against their own people. Just all of these horrible, horrible things. Torture, mutilation, depravity. All of these things have happened in this world. Each event that you see, you intuitively know, even if you never saw it on the news, this is something that happened, and it's happened recently. And I would like sanity rolls from all of you.
Is there a way to see the connection between all of them, or is it just kind of like a litany of really awful things?
It's just a litany of horrible things.
Okay.
The idea that you're getting is this is what humanity does.
Trent understands this, so he's good.
All right, so
Hard
you're still going to
success.
lose 1 point.
Hard.
Okay, you lose 1 point.
I failed.
You failed.
So the fun thing about these Chaosium anniversary dice is that right now it reads 5,000. Because one of them says 50 and the other one has 2 zeros. I think we call that a fumble.
Okay. So you fumbled.
Yeah.
So you're going to lose the maximum 8.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
But Takahashi.
Yeah.
Would you like to just close your eyes and think of happier things and pretend that this didn't happen?
I like where you're going with this, but I would say, from a character standpoint, it's like I hate the phrase, it's what my character would do. But Takahashi as a person feels like he's very rooted in what's already happened, and the future is what really matters. So, as these images are flooding his mind and putting him in indefinite insanity, for the record, the thought of like pushing it away is going to be counteracted by this thought of this has happened, but we can still do better going forward. We can't change the past.
Okay, so lose those 8 points of sanity for me.
And yep, that's now well below my daily. Even if we didn't reset the number, I'd still be cooked. I'm at 27 sand left.
Oh boy, we'll come back to you in a moment.
Oh yeah,
Jabari, I'm going to roll your sand loss for you. Okay, lose 6.
Yep, I'm in a bout of madness, and at this point, I'm now at 31 sanity out of 60. I think I'm also an indefinite sane.
So you didn't lose a fifth of your starting for the day, though. Did you?
Oh yeah, because I've already lost.
You did. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I've already lost several bouts of sanity here, so I think I started at 47.
Oh, that's right. You lost some earlier. All right.
Yeah.
So
I'm definitely there.
Okay. So Takahashi, I'm going to let you shape your madness here. See these images that she's drawing of things she wants to change. Your mind has been flooded with horrible things that humanity does to itself. She starts to work on the next pane of glass, talking about how she's going to make things better. Your mind is breaking. What are you doing?
I am going to try to stop her.
Okay. How are you going to do that?
That lovely brush that she's using, I want to take that away from her.
Okay.
Because this seems like a sane decision to do. A person drags you into a magical timeline of painted worlds, and you just say, no, give me that.
All right. So you go reaching for the brush. Jabari, what is your response?
I am a servant. I am following my muse. I will stop Takahashi from doing this, for I want what the prince is offering for myself and my people.
Fantastic. Love this. All right. So here's what happens. What happened was. Takahashi, you lunge for her and the brush. She sees you coming. You see this brilliant golden sphere of light engulfing her. And time slows to a crawl for all of you. She rises up into the air, and this flash of light explodes out of her as new clothes form around her. You see them swirling around in flashes of light, and she emerges in a flowing dress and cape of black and yellow. A true magical girl. Sanity roll for the two of you who are not currently in bouts of madness. This one's a sandbuster, y'all.
I rolled a 55 on 55.
Okay.
24 under 27.
You had 27?
Okay.
So I'm good.
Well, so you passed?
I passed.
We both
You passed.
passed.
Okay. Okay. So you don't lose any, but you see this magical girl transformation. And Jabari, you lunge for Takahashi as he's lunging for her, and then time starts reaching back to its full potential. And so you lunge for her, but she's no longer there, Takahashi, because she's now floating in the air, holding the brush, which is now looking more like a spear, as it did before. And so you fall over because you were lunging. She's no longer there. You fall. Jabari, you go to grab him, push him out of the way so that he can't take the brush, and he's no longer there. He's on the ground. But she
Dropping
looks
down
at all...
to try and put him to a headlock and hold him down.
All right, fighting brawl. Let's go. All right. So you're fighting back, Takahashi?
Oh,
Because
I'm
you're in a
fighting
bout.
back. I mean,
You're in a bout. So
oh Jesus Christ! What's my fighting brawl? Because that might be really bad. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. What'd you roll there, Croft-san?
25 under 40.
Yeah, cool. I didn't.
And I'm just pushing down with my training on trying to knock his ass out.
I should add to that. It's actually a 96 over 40, which is a magic number in this game.
mm-hmm.
Go to sleep.
So
Just go to sleep. Come on, go to sleep, you little one.
he attacked with the idea of not doing damage, but of knocking you out, essentially. So I'm going to say with a fumble, you pass out.
Night, night.
Let me see.
Holding just a little extra longer to make sure.
All right, so it's only going to be for 2 rounds, Takahashi. Okay. So you're not out for too long, but you are out at the moment, and that might be a good thing for you. We shall see. And Nagatsuki is floating there, and she looks at everyone, and she shakes her head at Takahashi down on the ground. Says, "There's no need for such violence. Join me. We can make this world a better place."
And once I've made sure he's out, I loosen up, stand up, straighten my shirt, and just reach for her.
And she reaches back for you. What are the other 2 of you doing?
I'm just standing there aghast. Like, I don't even want to be here.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question for you, Landry. Is it better to serve roller grill items at the Konbini Beanie or serve cunt in Carcosa?
This is a dream. I'm dreaming right now. I'm on really good pain meds. That's what this is. This cannot be real.
I think I'm going to reach for her as well.
Boy. Oh, boy. Okay. So you reach for her, and she says, "Do you wish to become vessels of the prince?"
In all ways.
No. I don't want to be here.
All right.
I think I need to make sure I get my friends home safe first.
And she laughs and says, "If that's what you wish." And she draws something quickly on one of the panels on the floor, not the panels of glass looking out over Tokyo, but on the floor. And you can see it's exiting out onto the street. It looks like the street down below, just outside the tower.
Okay, I will grab a unconscious Takahashi-san by his collar and try to drag him while I push Landry through the portal.
Oh, I can walk myself. I'm fine.
I don't know that.
All right, so you push Takahashi through the portal.
I guess I throw Takahashi in the wheelchair then if Landry-san is standing up on his own.
Oh,
you don't have the wheelchair anymore.
The wheelchair's gone. It's gone.
Oh,
wheelchair's back at the club.
Okay, fair enough. There we are.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Takahashi has been pushed through the portal and will wake up to find himself on a damp street. Trent, are you going through the portal?
Yes.
Okay, Trent moves through the portal. Sam?
I'm going through the portal because I'm taking Takahashi.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You go through the portal, so you don't see what happens next.
Yeah, because I'm assuming it's closing behind me.
Jabari,
Yep.
are you sure you want to do this? Because I will tell you, if you do this, it is the end of your character.
Oh yeah. Well, at this point, I think it makes sense.
Okay.
I mean,
maybe he'll never wanted to be clear.
He'll maybe never get his comic done, but in this case, what the prince is offering is appealing, given again his history.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Nagatsuki smiles at you and says, "You will make such beautiful things. I can see it."
That's all I wish.
She takes the spear and drives it into your head, the same way she did to Saito. You drop to your knees, and you feel this immense pain just for a moment through every fiber of your being, but then you feel euphoria. You can see through so many eyes. You can see the world around you. You can feel, you can hear, you can smell, you can sense so many things, and it sets your synapses ablaze. And she removes the spear, and you slump for a moment, and then you stand up, and you look at her. She floats to the ground. She takes your hand, and she says, and you already know what she's going to say because your mind is joined with hers now. Let's remake the world.
Gladly.
And that is where we were going to end this scenario. We'll see what happens with everyone else next time as we see Jabari and Nagatsuki continuing to paint on the glass of the Tokyo Tower. And we'll see what happens there. Yeah. We'll see what happens.
I got $10 on Croft-san showing up sometime later in the scenario. Anybody want anybody? Listeners,
that's a shit bet, and you know it
now.
That is a shit bet.
To be here today.
Yes, I'll be the next level boss you have to fight.
Jabari-san, or Croft-san is now an NPC. So this is going to be really interesting for what happens next, and I'll tell you why in the talkback. So, you know.
Which, if you're not a Patreon subscriber, you won't get access to.
Yes.
Don't you wish you were a Patreon subscriber? Patreon.com/Symphony Entertainment. For just a few dollars a month, you can get these talkbacks.
You can feed a hungry horror to TPRPG player.
You can, for a few dollars a month, you can send Bucho to summer camp.
And speaking of that, friends of the Symphony, this is where our show will end for tonight. Thank you so much for everyone who joined in and or is currently watching the replay. You are indeed the best part of waking up. We sincerely appreciate you. Again, if you enjoyed this content, please consider helping the Symphony make more by backing us on the aforementioned Patreon at patreon.com/Symphony Entertainment. We hope you've enjoyed the Symphony, and we look forward to seeing you again. Have a wonderful night.
Bye, everybody.